We are arcade.
Hey guys, Mark Boss here. I'm here with Graham and Dee from the community, and of course Dee's an actual crew member here today. How's it going, guys? Enjoying the expo?
Busy but fun, as usual.
Hot but fun.
Very hot. We can all, I can say, agree on the hotness. It's way too hot. Sonic would not like this heat, but no. So tell us a bit about yourselves, what you do exactly within the community, or your work style, how you got into Sonic, etc.
Well, I've been in Sonic since a young age, like many people here really, so I'm considered the old bee, as it were.
No, likewise.
I've been in the community about 10 years now, and I decided to make my own site basically around 2003 called Fastfeet Media, Sonic as Fastfeet. And essentially it has that's for me, so essentially it has the biggest collection of Sonic music in the world. No one else, to be honest, can match it. Hence why I bring the music every year. So we've got the selection there as well, really. Now it's moving over to Sega Media. It's going to be a more appropriate name for what we do and easier to remember the name for the website. So
is that an official licensing then from Sega?
No official licensing on that site, really. So still a fan site by all means, but it's going to be the one place you want to go to if you want to get the community's podcasts, download or stream the music or videos. It's all there. It's a media site as a whole. So, yeah,
a lot of people will be interested in it here because there's a lot of Crush 40 fans and a lot of fans of the music. So that worked really well. Dee, how about yourself?
Basically, I go under the online handle of Syaming. I'm an artist on DeviantArt. Basically, I've been drawing online for 10 years now. I'm in the middle of working on an online comic called Sonic Soundspeed, which I hope to be one of the most popular titles available online. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell, really.
So what's your take on the cartoons then? Are you a fan of any particular series of cartoons? Do you like Sonic X cartoons? Or?
I'm more a fan of the games. What I like to do is interpret the games into a viable storyline that I can use, because I feel that that's what people who look at my artwork are more able to relate to. I feel that the cartoons are more of an artist's take on the series, and I feel the same way about my incarnation of Sonic Soundspeed.
Does that mean, do you do like strips on like particular games? Do you do a strip on the original Sonic games or maybe the later ones?
At the moment, Sonic Soundspeed is based on the script based after Sonic Adventure 2, which is the most popular game in my eyes in the fandom at the moment. Basically, I build from the storylines that Sonic team have provided and add my own twist to the plot, really. That's pretty much it.
That's awesome. So we've got two guys here, obviously, you're both into different areas of Sonic, and if you expanded upon it, that's really cool. What's your thoughts in the future with what you're doing then? Do you hope to maybe get into making music for a game? Do you hope to get into maybe animating a project with Sega that involves Sonic?
I've always been a little bit envious of Kev, or Archangel UK's role as a community manager. I'd love to do that sort of thing would have been Sega, but I don't think right now I'd get that sort of position. I'd like to go forward into games development, or I majorly do web development really, which is why I like building a site. I combine my two big passions, web development and essentially Sonic the Hedgehog really, and put them together really. But it's just been a passion for the music, because I like fast music, and there's a lot of it in Sonic games, so I really do like it. Grew up with the game, so that's where it's all merged together for me really. But in the future, yeah, that's probably the direction I'd like to head into perhaps.
Nice one. Dee?
Future for me is not just about Soundspeed, it's about working on other projects really. I'm basically trying to get this launched on the off whilst trying to become a games developer and a concept artist in the meantime, because that's a big passion of mine. I like creating and I like sharing those things, and being a concept artist allows me to do both. So it's something I really like to do.
You're both into possibly game developing, so do you guys have ideas for a possible Sonic game, or do you want to reveal it as a secret, or
I think and Dean might agree on this, is that we have our own ideas as to what to be put into a Sonic game as well really. I always think it'd be a great idea to get a bunch of the hardcore fans who have been there for years in the community, send them off to Japan, not that I'm instigating that part, but and just actually help create the new game. That's how the fans see it and how Sonic Team may envision it as well really. So definitely that'd be my sort of take on it.
Yeah. What about 2D or 3D?
That's a difficult question, but I'm one of the people I'm obviously another old bee, ancient bee, if you want to add another phrase. But basically, I feel that there isn't a problem with 2D or 3D. I think they can be meshed together, and you can develop a good solid game, whatever the format, really. Personally, I'd have a 3D game. I think that it needs a good shot, and I think we should give it a chance, really. It's the way forward, and I think that's what should happen.
Saying that though, what do you guys make of the later releases, not including ones here today, but the ones like the Sonic the Hedgehog game that was released a couple of years back on the Xbox 360?
Sonic 06. Yeah. Well, that wasn't so much a bad game, it was just the glitches that were in the game that made a bad game. It was about Sonic or anything like that, I would say, really. So, I mean, personally, I still love the new games. Alright, they may have the so-called gimmicks at points really, but sometimes that makes it quite lively. There's always a hit and miss on that side of things really. But I still think a 3D game is the way to go really. I think Unleashed is where we got it right,
Yeah.
I think, with Sonic Team. And just being able to control that and have the 2D side-scrolling stages and part 3D, that worked really nicely. Not to say the Werehog was bad, I just think the whole game should have been that, basically, and everyone would have raved about it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. As I was saying, there's games, you know, from Sonic's generation that successfully made it into the new age, such as Mario, obviously, 3D. So it is definitely an obvious step forward for Sonic. If they didn't do it, it might feel maybe possibly that it's just staying in the past, I reckon. So that's my take on it. What about yourself, Dave?
I definitely think that, the way Sonic has gone is an example of the way that the games industry is moving forward at the moment. You've got to have those new ideas. They won't necessarily work the first time, but you've got to keep trying, and I think having so many new concepts and fresh concepts on the Sonic franchise is definitely a good thing. I mean, I wouldn't say that the Xbox game was a bad game per se, but it was probably more of an example of what happens when you rush a target, really. That's pretty much it.
I'd say it's a bad game, but I'd agree with what you said. So, speaking about games, what about the games today? Have you played any Sonic 4 or Sonic Colors?
today, unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to play any today.
Obviously, yeah.
But we'll make our final judgment, I think, on SegaMedia.com when we get a chance to play ourselves, really, and let you know what we think. So yeah, when I get a chance.
Well, I'm willing to go back into the years of nostalgia, so I'm in the queue currently for Sonic 4, so hopefully I'm going to get to grips with that and see how it's going so far.
Yeah, so far I'm liking Sonic 4. I myself haven't had the chance to play it, but I've seen so much stuff in it, seen it today. I'm definitely liking the fact that it is kind of a mix of 2D and 3D. They're going for that kind of blend where it kind of appeals to the retro games, but at the same time it looks fresh, which is good, I guess. But I have to say, as an old fan of Sonic as yourselves, I would have kind of liked if maybe they had, like, if you press the select button, it would put in like retro graphics, kind of like how they've done it with the Monkey Island games that they re-released. Because I'm just such a fan of the old look, like the pixels and stuff. But that's just me, like saying if I made a game, I'm not saying it's bad. But cool. Thanks for speaking to us, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Yeah. Cheers.
We are Arcade.